because I wanted to get a job, she was going to give me $2,000 in order to keep me from not working.
And that was at a time
That was
when
a
you had,
gift.
just a second, and you just told me that your business folded in November.
Correct.
Right, so you had no more business.
Correct.
Well, then can you explain to me why, sir, the check that she wrote December 17th, 99 is made out to the same corporation that the check of November 12th was made out to, Doorway Gourmet?
Yes, because I still had my checking account for Doorway Gourmet open because I still owed money to the Florida state tax.
Right!
That's true.
Right. So the money was not so that, according to you, it was Christmas time and you had to buy presents, and that's why you had to go back to work. Stop shuffling, sir. Much smarter than you are. On your best day, you're not as smart as I am on my worst day. So let me recap what you just told me. You told me that she gave you the other $2,000 because it was coming up to Christmas time. You wanted to get a job because I assume you wanted to buy presents and things for your family.
Correct.
And so she said to you, don't go to work, I'm going to give you $2,000 so that you'll have spending money for Christmas. Then it turns out that the check was made out to the defunct corporation that was no longer in business, and then you told me it was because you needed it to pay Florida state taxes from the business, right? Is that what you told me?
That's correct.
Do those two stories they sort of go like this to you? That they don't make sense? Huh? You wanted to give the Florida State Tax Board a Christmas present? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Get a life.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Carrie Fabian says ex-boyfriend Mario Encinas refuses to repay a loan and refuses to turn over an intimate videotape.
Okay.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
What?
I
don't like stupid women. Stupid women give money away.
You're right. I've learned.
Okay.
I've learned. Believe me.
Okay. You know, if you're married to somebody, it's one thing. Even if you're married, you don't give money away. But if you got a boyfriend who can't keep a business straight enough to pay taxes from the business, you don't give him money.
Well, you know, at the time, we were going out for 3 years, and he told me he'd pay me back, and I trusted him. I realize now never to do that again.
Okay, well, he owes you the money.
He did lie about, he said that he didn't live with me. If you'll look at the checks, you'll even notice it's my same address. And also, he has a private videotape that we made together, and he told me that he has it, and he's taunted me about it, and I would like it back so I could destroy it.
That's a lie. I did not taunt anybody about that.
You have a video that she would like to have back?
No, Your Honor.
Where is it?
It's been misplaced. It's either been taped over or misplaced. I did honestly look for it because I have no reason to keep that.
Miss Fabian, comes under the category of life's lessons. I assume this video that you have has both of you on it or just you? Has both of you on it. So that it's neither yours nor his. It's something that belongs to both of you, right? So you would like it back because you don't want this potentially damaging thing
Correct. Yeah.
around. Well, I can't force him to give it back to you because it's not yours. Do you understand?
Yes.
He says he doesn't have it anymore. I have to rely on the fact that he is not total scoundrel and would not do anything to embarrass you. Because if he does anything to embarrass you, ultimately he's embarrassing and debasing himself. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy's seen the truth, and she's seen through his lies.
Revenge, because I broke up with him.
I was the one that broke up with him.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Trudell versus Boyd. Step forward, please.
38-year-old salesperson Lori Trudell is suing her ex-roommate, 45-year-old hairstylist Kathleen Boyd, for the return of her belongings. Kathleen is countersuing for unpaid rent, storage fees, and damage to her home.
According to your complaint, there came a time when you and your son moved into her home. When did you move in with her?
In September of the year 2000.
And then it is your claim that she threw you out of the house, had you thrown out of the house sometime in January of 2001, under circumstances that prevented you for some reason from obtaining all of your property. The defendant says that you really abandoned that property. You did, in fact, show up at her house some 8.5 months later and loaded up a couple of truckloads of stuff. She wants to be reimbursed for rent that she says you never paid her, and for what she believes would be a fair storage fee for storing the stuff that she did, in fact, store over that 8.5-month period. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. You moved in September of 2000. Under what circumstances did you leave in January of 2001?
She had me removed by 2 undercover police officers, and 5 days later, I was given an order of protection saying I could not go back to her home.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes.
She was removed by the sheriff's detectives because she had used my car to commit 2 felonies.
When was that?
On December 8th, she took my car and drove to the home of an ex-boyfriend of hers and broke in.
How do you know that?
She told me she was going to do it because he had money, and she owed me money for rent, and she was going to try to pay me with money that he had stored in a beer ball.
How do you know she did, in fact, commit that burglary?
When I got up in the morning, my car was gone. I said to myself, oh no, Lori never got up that and took off with my car before in the morning. Sure enough, she showed up, and she was dragging bags full of money, change.
Change.
And
Did you have a discussion with her about the change?
she said she was going to take it to the bank and cash it in.
Now, did there come a time that the police came to your house?
Yes, on January 11th. And they wanted to question me about the incident in December. They told me I wasn't in any trouble. She had been spotted in the car that morning on her own without
Did you show them
me
where
there.
the change was stored, or had the change already been cashed?
Change had already been cashed.
Did she
Your
give you
Honor.
the money from the change?
She gave me some money from the change.
And the money that she gave you from the change was for money that she owed you from rent?
Rent and all sorts of different things.
How much did she give you?
$200.
Were you arrested for burglary on the 11th of January?
Yes, Your Honor, I
What's
was.
the disposition of that case?
All charges have been dropped, and I have a conditional discharge for a year. The thing
Well, no, all
was,
charges weren't dropped if you have a
Oh,
conditional
I'm sorry.
discharge.
I'm sorry. The thing was I did use Kathleen's car. Kathleen asked me to do this. I gave her all of the money, and there was some jewelry that I did take from there that Kathleen wanted to keep. I was upset because it was my boyfriend's gifts to another woman, and
Okay.
he has forgiven me, and everything's over with.
Okay. And it was at that time that you got a protective order, is that right?
Yes, because
I'd like to see a copy of the protective order. This protective order doesn't say anything about you being able to leave your property at her house for 8.5 months.
Oh, I realize that, Your Honor. I
Okay,
tried
I'm
for
just telling you.
weeks. I tried for months for a third party to get a hold of her to get my belongings, and she would not allow it. This is my brother-in-law-to-be, Patrick O'Hearn. He called her. He wrote her letters. She said yes, he could go get my belongings, and then she changed her mind. She would call him
Your Honor.
day and night.
she's lying.
Let's step up
It's
here,
blatant
Senator.
lying.
Just a second. When did you make telephone calls to the defendant in order to try to obtain her property? When was the first telephone call you made to her?
It was about the middle of July. I was
July
Yes,
was the first time you contacted her.
yes.
She is now required to keep your property for 6 months.
I realize that,
Why
Your
didn't
Honor.
you go to court in February for the return of your property?
I did not know that that was an option.
Your Honor.
When I was given the order of protection, the judge's secretary said, Lori, as soon as you get a place to live, Kathleen will give you your belongings and she will keep them safe.
Your Honor.
The judge's secretary, Rita, told you, don't worry, as soon as you find a place to live, she'll give you back your property.
When they issued the order of
That's not an
protection.
agreement with the defendant. When did you finally find a place to live?
I was in a shelter for about 2 months.
Yes.
April, beginning of April.
Well,
That's
what
when
effort
his
did
brother
you...
was trying to make phone calls with her.
No, he didn't start calling till the summertime,
No,
6 months
his
later.
brother, my
I don't-
fiance.
No.
Just a minute.
Pat was the
person's
first
not,
one that
Shh.
called. Excuse
That
me.
person's not here. In any event, Ms. Trudell, she is under absolutely no obligation to safeguard your property for 6 months or 8 months while you find a place to live, and that is irrespective of what Ms. Rita had to say. Ms. Rita cannot make a contract with her, and you had no agreement with her. You did, in fact, get some of your stuff back. Is that right?
Mostly ruined. Yes, Your Honor.
Well, she is not responsible for storing your property. If you had an order of protection that was issued, then what you do is, the very next day, you go into small claims court and you sue her for the property. But you don't wait 9 months to do that.
I wanted to wait, Your Honor, until this case was closed, and the judge told me I could go get my belongings.
You mean until the burglary case was closed? That may be, but she is not a party to that. Now I'll see
understand
what
that.
piece of paper. You may have a piece of paper that sheds some
Yes,
additional light on
I
it.
did have her served by the Sheriff's Department.
Can I
with-
can I see the paper? Sure.